Viewers, I'm welcoming you all to watch this video from Triple Pips. Well, we like to share our point of view about the market insights, about the market movement in this channel. So if you like the video, kindly comment your comment whatever you want to, comment your thoughts, comment your analysis, also comment your I like to say your suggestion how to improve the way we actually express our analysis to you. So if there's any suggestion, please kindly comment below, and if you like the video, kindly share it. So here we want to start to share our weekly forex forecast from 11 to 15 May 2020. So let's get to it. Well, according to our algorithm, we have seen that on the coming week, the probable currency strength of US dollar, euro, pound will be positive. That means the strength will get increased. And the CHF may get a sideways move, and Japanese yen will actually have a bearish movement itself. And according to that, the safest pair to trade for the upcoming week should be USDJPY, EURJPY, GBPJPY, and CHFJPY. And we will get to it when we actually share our market charts to you and the price levels and etc. So let's get to it. But before that, let's have a look to the upcoming news, because in the news the market's gonna move so much, and that's gonna actually confirm that whether our projected entry is gonna valid or not. So to validate our entry points and levels, we need to follow up different important news events and the price movements. So for example, on Monday we have ANZ business confidence, and we are expecting that New Zealand dollar could have a bullish momentum after the news been released, and because of that US dollar may get a little bit of bearish momentum. But that's actually contradicts some of the theories. But according to right now, what we're predicting on the Monday morning on New Zealand dollar session is that ANZ business confidence may create some boost on the bullish momentum on New Zealand dollar. On Tuesday we have US dollar CPI and core CPI news. Well, I would like to say that I'm expecting some bearish momentum for US dollar in this news. You know why? Because not only the forecast says actually the value could get more lower, but last week the NFP value, you all know that there has been a record low for non-farm payrolls. So obviously US dollar strength may decreased, and the CPI is directly related to inflation and increasing rates. Directly it's related to interest rates. So obviously at this situation when the employment actually employment data actually fall that much, so for obvious reasons we are expecting that the CPI and core CPI data may also get a little bit lower. So we are expecting a bearish movement on US dollar for this news. And on the Wednesday, on New Zealand dollar session we have official cash rate, we have RMB's monetary policy statement and RMB's rate statement, and we're expecting some bullish momentum in these cases. In the COVID-19 crisis, New Zealand is actually one of the most affluent country that actually showed some good results on tackling COVID-19 crisis. So obviously their monetary policy statement, whatever it is, psychologically New Zealand dollar could be on a bullish trend. So the news effect on New Zealand dollar could be positive. So we are expecting some bullish trend on New Zealand dollar at that time. And after that we will have a release on GDP data of pound. Well, here we are expecting some positive move. You know why? How it could be positive? Maybe it will be positive than the forecast, but it will maybe get a little bit lower value than its previous value. So how we actually we're gonna predict this thing? Because on Monday and Tuesday we are expecting some corrective movement on US dollar, and obviously the previous week have been closed in a bearish movement. We'll get to the chart to it. And we are expecting on Monday and Tuesday US dollar gonna get a bit weaker, and on Wednesday, specifically when the Fed Chair Powell speaks, there is a possibility that the US dollar may get a little bit higher or may not move that much. Why? Because it may wait for the unemployment claim news to be released. So let's wait and see what happens. We'll get to the chart and we'll show you how the news may affect on our expected scenario and for our alternate scenario. And on Thursday, we have Australian dollar employment related news and New Zealand dollar budget release. So we are expecting a fall. The effect could be a little bit bearish for Australian dollar in this news, and same goes for maybe a little bit bearish. We will expect a little bit bearish movement on New Zealand dollar too. But after that, we have Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks for pound. At that news, we are expecting some sideways movement, specifically not so much sure about bearish. But yes, there could be some bearish move on this news, but we're expecting some sideways move for this news. And we're expecting a little bit positive bullish move on US dollar for this news on Thursday. As usually, we are expecting some bearish move on Canadian dollar on on Thursday. On Friday, we have German GDP news for euro, so we are expecting some fall. That means a bearish move on the euro, and on the core retail sales and retail sales data, we are expecting some positive move. You know why? Though retail businesses are a little bit less, but in the current situation on the COVID-19 crisis, it may not affect that much on US dollar. So the news report may get negative, but the effect will be positive. So let's go to the chart directly. Like last week, previously we actually shared that that price may move a little bit higher, then fall down to this supply zone, and the price actually didn't got that much higher, but yes, the fall was actually our expected direction. So price actually fall that much, and the fall is gonna continue a little bit. So to actually show you a little bit more perfectly, I'm gonna remove this thing. Please wait. Yeah, so this is our actual and alternate scenario. So we are expecting the price may go a bit lower, touch 98.3 level. I'm talking about dollar index here right now, and then it may go touch higher to 100.92, or let's say 101. And there's an alternate scenario that the price may move a little bit lower to 97.7 levels, and then on Thursday or Friday, on the US dollar news been released, the bullish effect may put some bull move for US dollar index from this level. So let's see what happens. On previous week we have GBPUSD analysis. You see here. Yes, so we actually suggested you to have a buy signal for GBPUSD, and the first scenario didn't work that much well because the price actually consolidated more down. So to give you a little bit explanation about it, I'm going to remove it, because the second scenario, the market actually went through like the second scenario, as we see. Yep. So we actually expected that the price may fall down to this level, and there was a huge spike over there, and this was our expectation for it, and price actually moved that low, and then it actually touched our buy stop level, and actually market is right now in the middle of it, middle from the entry level to the stop loss. So I'm gonna suggest you, if you took this entry, what you're gonna do. So before that, I want to delete this thing first. Yes. So for GBP USD, what I'm gonna suggest you that kindly reduce the TP level to 1.255, or let's say 1.2525 level. And well, you can actually reduce it to 1.253 levels, because for this week Britain have some good positive news to wait. And if on Monday and Tuesday US dollar can get bit a weaker move, alternatively, if we see Japanese yen to have some positive move, that means bullish move, then only yes, you can continue your GBPUSD buy entry up to the Wednesday. So yes, Wednesday, when GBP data will release. So before Wednesday GBP news, we are expecting some bullish move over here. And before the news or after the news, if the TP doesn't get hit, I would suggest that to move your SL levels back to the break-even level and wait for some big move. And if not, at least you won't make any loss if the SL is on the break-even after that. So that's what actually we are expecting for GBPUSD. On the other tone, we have USDCHF entry got hit according to our analysis, and obviously it's the entry got hit for our second scenario. The price actually moved here, and I suggested you that if the price moves nearly this zone or this zone, you can put a sell stop over here, and the sell stop got hit. And then after it got hit, it didn't hit the SL level yet, and the price moved much down. So what we are going to do for this week, if your entry, so before getting you to the explanation about this, I'm going to remove this first. Okay, so right now, so if your entry level is at 0.975 level and the market is right now 97 level, it's a good TP level, I would suggest that put your stop loss to the break-even level right now and reduce the TP level to 0.967 at least, I must say. Yes, you know why? To secure your profit, first of all. And there's a possibility that if on Monday and Tuesday US dollar get a bit weaker, that means if US dollar had some bearish movement, so it will hit your TP from the first hand. So we don't have to wait for the actual move. Yes, the price may move a bit lower then, but it will be, I'm talking about getting out from your entry with profit on a very safest level. So that's I'm gonna suggest to you about USDCHF if you have that entry. And I would like to suggest you about USDJPY. Well, to dig down USDJPY, I need to put a little bit in a lower time frame right now for you. Yes, so previously our analysis was that if the price breaks below this level, there is our sell stop level, so it's gonna hit down to that level. But no, it didn't do that. It actually moved a little bit higher, but we don't need to be tensed about that, whether the price moves more higher or that, because if it moves higher, then you got your SL hit, so no problem. But the issue is, what I'm seeing is that the price may fall from here. That means a little bit of like a 20 pip move. It may move a little bit 20 pip to 106.85 levels maybe, and your SL is at 106.95 levels. So I think that you have a leverage of not getting your SL hit to 10 pips. So it may turn back from the 10 pip gap from your SL level, and then it move down below this level. Because you know why? Because we are expecting on Monday and Tuesday US dollar may get weak and Japanese yen may get strong. So according to that, it has to touch this level, 105.53 level. And after that, what will happen? We will give you an explanation later on when we get to our next week's expected market moves. So let's get back to where we actually told what will be our safest pair to trade. That is USDJPY buy, EURJPY buy, GBPJPY, and CHFJPY buy as well. So for USDJPY, let's clear this chart a little bit because the second alternate scenario didn't got hit for USDJPY, so let's delete it. Yes, so this is our first scenario for USDJPY. So after it get hits to 105.5, then you can put a buy stop on this level. I'm telling you this level is what is 106.4 with an SL to 105.5 and TP to 107.7. This is the first scenario we're expecting after it hit 105.5. Well, if this move happens on Monday, then on Tuesday, more bearish move is expected on USDJPY. So in that case, our first scenario may get invalid. So we will move for the second scenario. Like if price moves more lower up to 104.5, then I would like to suggest you to put a buy stop at 105.5 level with an SL to 104.75, and in that case, make sure you put your TP to 107.3 level. So that's a risk reward ratio to 2 point more than 2. So I think it's a good trade to make. So we have to just wait, see the market movement on Monday and Tuesday, how US dollar got react, how Japanese yen is gonna react. So after that, we then make the decision. So this is our move for USDJPY. Let's get back to EURJPY, what it's gonna say. Well, on the previous week we had analysis on EURJPY. Luckily it didn't touch our buy stop level and the price actually moved that much hard fall. So I guess you didn't lose your money by taking the entry. So that's why we put our buy stop and sell stop levels, because the levels are very, very important, I must say. So that's why our trade is more secure if you put our buy stop and sell stop level according to that. So I'm going to delete the scenario of previous weeks that we discussed, and on this week we are expecting some bullish moves. So on EURJPY we're expecting the bullish move for a good confirmation. So on Monday and Tuesday the price may actually get some sideways moves over there. It may also touch this level, and when it touches this level, which is 115 or even 115.3 level, make sure you put a buy stop at 116.2 level with an SL to 115 and TP to 118. Well, there is a alternate scenario too, that if Japanese yen get more stronger and hit go more bearish to touch this level, or go beyond this level to hit the SL for to hit the SL of the retail traders, that we say as a SL hunt. So if it wants to do that, so it needs to be more go bearish. So if the price hits this level or near this level, you can put a buy stop on 115.1 level, and your TP could be 117 and your SL could be 114.2. So this is the first scenario that we're expecting, and this is the second scenario we're expecting for the upcoming week for EURJPY. So let's get back to GBPJPY, I must say. Well, like EURUSD, last week our prediction for the bullish move on GBPUSD didn't work, so I'm gonna remove that first of all. And it didn't hit our buy stop level, so okay for it. According to us, we believe that losing money, getting not getting into the trade is better than losing money. So that's how actually we put our SL and TP levels. So okay, so this is right now the scenario of the GBPJPY, and we see that it actually reverted back from a good demand zone, and we're expecting some sideways move in this demand zone and then shoot. Or alternatively, the price may go a little bit more bearish and touch this level again, And when it goes back to this level again, I would suggest the second scenario will be activated, second scenario will be valid, and you should put your buy stop over here. So let's go to the levels now. For the first scenario, on the GBPJPY, we're expecting that you're going to put your buy stop at 133.35 level with an SL to 132.9 and TP to 135.2 level. So this is the scenario, our first scenario for EURJPY, that if on Monday and Tuesday the Japanese yen gets a bit weaker in that case, but if it gets stronger, then the second scenario will be valid because the price will move more lower, more bearish up to 131 level or 131.5 levels or something. So when it goes like that, when it hits near the SL level of the second scenario, obviously I would like to suggest you to put a buy stop at 132 level over here, and then put your SL at 131 level, and your TP will be 134.2 level. So this is for our second scenario, and this is our first scenario. So let's see what happens on GBPJPY. Let's have a look to CHFJPY now. Well, last week it actually did a very good run, and this fall actually confirmed that yes, it's gonna move more higher, and up to how much higher? It may touch this level. Yes, so that's what actually our prediction is. But before that, we want to get you to the very safe levels. How? So let's get to it. Like if CHF, that means Swiss franc, is gonna be a little bit stronger on Monday and Tuesday, so we are expected that yes, this first scenario will be activated. This first scenario will be valid only on Monday, Tuesday, if Swiss franc is got a positive. If so, if not, then the second scenario will be activated. Like if Japanese yen got more stronger on Monday and Tuesday, then it may fall more. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, or on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, then the yen could get a bit lower. CHF will be more stronger. Then the second scenario will be valid. So on our first scenario, if Swiss franc gets stronger than the yen, then the first scenario will be activated. And let me get to the levels for the first scenario. You may put a buy stop at 110.66 with SL to 109.55, and the TP level is 112.5. And if the second scenario gets activated, that means if yen got more bullish momentum on Monday, Tuesday, and even Wednesday, then and touch this level, or it comes near to this level, previous support level. So I would suggest that yes, you can put a buy stop at 108.7. Sorry, I want to record again. It is 108.675. You may put your SL to 107.8, and your TP is 110.5. So this is our scenario for CHFJPY. So we actually have look upon our four expected pairs, that is USDJPY. Yes, over here. So we have talked about two scenarios on the first scenario or the second scenario. The first scenario is about if US dollar gets stronger on Monday and Tuesday, and Japanese yen get weaker. And if Japanese yen gets stronger on Monday and Tuesday, then on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it may activate the second scenario. Same goes for EURJPY. Same goes for GBPJPY and CHFJPY. So for this upcoming week, we are targeting this four pair to get entry, and we actually have discussed that on previous week's analysis, which analysis got actually activated, and according to that, what will be your measures to take. So that's all for us right now. Thank you. Please share the video if you like it. Please comment if you have anything to say or any more suggestion. So have a nice week. Thank you very much.